If you came here for a comeback, well, it ain't happening here. Barcelona keeps fighting for yet another day. Barcelona 5, Lyon 1. I mean, what can we say? What can we say? This is why we love this club, because they give us not only wins and great victories, they give us great football. They give us performances. They give us spirit, attitude, and joy. That's why I love Barcelona, and that's the same thing why you love it as well. I hopefully believe. I probably you just don't like it by the color. I don't know. I don't care. What do you think? Your reaction, guys. How are you? How have you been doing? Where did you watch the game? Tell me all of that down below in the comments. Tell me what did you think of the game? Your questions, everything you want to know. And while we wait for more people to obviously join the stream, let's start talking about the things that I believe made Barcelona clinch this game. There's one very big key factor in my eyes. One very big big key. And that is going to be something that is not going to, well, it may surprise a few. But let's start off right away with the very first minutes of the game. I believe that this tie, at the very first 10 minutes, you know, Barcelona-Lyon, it was very competitive, honestly. There wasn't like a clear candidate at the start. The very first 15 minutes until the very first goal. And before I make any mistakes, I'm going to actually put on here the goals. Because when matches like this happens, I never get to remember the goals. There are so many goals and I don't remember the minutes. So until the 50th, until the 15th, well, not 15th, at the 70th minute, when Lionel Messi scored that Panenka penalty, and we're going to talk about the penalty as well, I believe the game was very contested, really. There was no clear person dominating, no clear team having most of the ball. Of course, Barcelona were set up to get the possession, and Genesio told Lyon to basically allow us to do that, because if you see the way that Genesio set up his team, obviously a 5 at the back, but having Marcal, having Denayer, and having Marcelo, the main back three, and then having Ferland Mendy and this guy Dubois through the wings, like the fullbacks, you know, los carrileros. And that really opened up for Barcelona to really get the ball in the middle of the park, but they overpacked people in the flanks, and that didn't allow us to get as much attack as we wanted to break us down. But the thing that Barcelona did here was the pressure, the attitude, the things I've been saying that have been missing from Barcelona. You need to turn up for games like this. You need that attitude. You need that little bit more of an effort to go and fight for every single ball. That is something that we didn't see from Atletico Madrid, for instance, yesterday. Juventus were fighting for every single time. They were fighting for the ball. Every time someone lost, I don't know, possession from Atletico Madrid, Juventus were there. And that is something that Barcelona did also as well. That's the way we play. And today we did that as well perfectly. We did it very well, and I'm very happy for it. When the penalty came, of course, there are going to be some very big debates. Do you think it's going to be a penalty, Buga? Do you think it's going to, it should have been taken to VAR and perhaps a little bit longer of a look? I believe that it was kind of 50-50. In one sense, we got Luis Suarez. And Luis Suarez, we know how of a player he is, how of a striker he likes to fake or pretend a little bit more than usual. And for me, that's fine. I don't really hate that, because in South America, football is always like that. That's something that has always happened. So for me, it's kind of more normal. And I give 50% of blame or excuse to Luis Suarez for having the penalty. But then also Denayer. Denayer cannot go onto the ground like that. Denayer simply, that's such a stupid tackle. Genesio is not going to go to Denayer and be like, oh, you know, Luis Suarez, he faked the penalty. He's going to go to Denayer and be like, why in the world are you going to the ground, Denayer? Why are you doing this? He's not supposed to do that. That's like number one key for defenders. When you go down to the ground, you're out of the play. And if you know if you're not going to get to the ball, just keep on your feet. That's like number one rule of defending. And Denayer just went to the ground, very stupid, and Luis Suarez made the most of it. So for me, it was a penalty. It was a penalty until that point. Now I'm going to answer some of your questions, and let's go into, of course, talking more about the game. So I'm going to answer some few questions. Let's go from the top. Seeing all the people, Messi the GOAT. I love that. Arthur Win says, I think Coutinho pretty well compared to earlier matches. I believe so as well. Coutinho, very good player today. The attitude was there. That's why I'm saying he was so confident on himself, doing the trickeries, the dribbling. He drive the ball forward. That's what we're asking him to do. And our team, as we all moved, as we were all like spraying around the field, like I said before in my match preview and in the video why Coutinho is not succeeding at Barcelona, which you can check it in the comment box down below. Well, that's when I said that Coutinho needs a little more space to get the ball and do what he wants with it. And in this game, he had that space because of Lyon and because of Barcelona were working with that attitude. And that's why we saw a very good Coutinho today. Frozen9 saying, how many minutes is it until he starts? I'm guessing 5. I already started. Well, I guess you already know that. We got Ferran Khalid saying, Buga, how much stress were you on scale of 1 to 10 when Lyon scored? That is... I'm gonna keep you on that, Khalid. I'm gonna keep you on that one because that's something I want to talk later on. We got Ninat Kulkarani saying Suarez again not scoring. I love him, but he's from UCL. Worries me. I'm also gonna talk about that later on. How do you think Dembélé did? I think Dembélé did very, very good. Pacey, like always, just adding that extra gear to Barcelona. Very similar to what Lyon did as soon as they brought in people like Bertrand Traoré and Maxwell Cornet. That's the same thing that Dembélé give us whenever. Brakash Lamichane saying, amazing performance from Messi, 2 goals to assist. Talk about him, please. Messi, like always, outstanding. And I believe that we just keep seeing time and time again examples from amazing players in Ronaldo and Messi just competing against each other. But for me, what makes Messi a little bit better than Ronaldo is that he's not only there finishing the chances, he's also there creating for the team. He does so much more than just score goals, and that's why I love Messi. That's why I love Messi. Frozen9 saying, I love your streams better than Talk FC videos. That says a lot. I don't know. I mean, I just love talking to you guys, so I think that that's a little bit different because I enjoy, you know, engaging with you. You are, at the end of the day, it's you why I'm able to do this. It's simple as that. Hamzat Hussein saying, we attack until the 92nd minute. Yes, I believe. Stopka 969 saying, we have been pretty lucky today. I don't know about lucky. I think that Barcelona did good enough to win. Arslan Ahmed saying, hey Barca fans, time to meme Real Madrid fans now, hehe. I mean, yeah, you can meme them 1-2 days. I allow you 1-2 more days to meme them, and then we have to return to our level because they can pull out the free Champions League in a row card anytime soon. The day that you can meme Real Madrid is the day that Barcelona overcomes them in Champions League. For now, you can do a good meme, you know, like a 6 memes out of 10. But as soon as Barcelona overcomes the 13 Champions League that they have, that's when you can throw the bomb. That's when you can get the bomb. Kuleluk saying, Troops has not tweeted tonight. I wonder why. Who's Troops? I have no idea who Troops is. Adrian Jacques, the same. Saying, I nervous at 2-1, but I'm glad we run away with it. Real World Game saying, when Messi scored his second goal and the third one for Barcelona, my TV went black and I knew that meant the game was a win, but I continued to watch. I mean, that happens to the best of us. My stream as well. I was having in one screen Barcelona and then the other one I had Liverpool versus Bayern Munich. And whenever I clicked on like on my screen of Bayern Munich, like the resolution on my Barcelona stream went like downhill. So I was just constantly like having shit stream at one side, amazing quality HD stream at the other one, and like constantly changing. And that's the worst to see. But yeah, keep putting your questions, and I'm gonna keep talking about the game because I really want to talk about it. For the goal at the 31st minute where Philippe Coutinho came in as well, I believe Barcelona continued the form that we were showing, pressuring every single of the ball. Busquets today also was wonderful. The same with Artur and Rakitic at that part of the game. And when the 31st minute goal came from Philippe Coutinho, it was just outstanding. It really, really was. Because first of all, the pass onto Luis Suarez and the touch of Luis Suarez to grab the ball with his, was it his right or his left foot? And then just do like a step a little bit like longer and get past the Nair and Mendy, if I'm not wrong, and then have an open space. That was incredible. That's what for me makes him one of the best strikers in the world, and the best, probably the best. Really, those things in the box, just the way he moves, that lethal ability, that talent, it's just a little bit more. Because we see Lewandowski today against Bayern Munich, and okay, he was there. He was always there trying to push Liverpool defense to the max. But Luis Suarez can pull that thing out of nothing, and that for me is amazing. And well, after that, Luis Suarez, not selfish. Luis Suarez passes the ball onto Philippe Coutinho, and Philippe Coutinho well then scores. For me, that's what Barcelona means, because Luis Suarez at that moment, just in the blink of a second, he went on and said, I don't need this. Philippe Coutinho need this chance more than me, and he passed it on to Coutinho. And then Coutinho scores, and the first thing he does, thanks Luis Suarez, because he understands how big this is. Because if Philippe Coutinho went out of this game with, like, doing an amazing performance, but without a goal, we will not be, like, acting the very same way as we're doing right now. Because right now we go and say, Coutinho, amazing, wonderful. I believe I would say that, but in the majority of the public, they won't. The media will be like, oh, Coutinho, another lackluster performance. But now that he scored a goal, basically the entire media cannot say that. They cannot, because he scored a goal. So that's kind of like an evidence of his good performance. So that for me was very crucial. That's what makes Barcelona more than a club, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Here, Kuleluk says, troops from AFTV, he was running his mouth on Twitter last night saying that Ronaldo was better than Messi, and tonight Messi performed, and he hasn't tweeted. I still don't know. AFTV, I guess, is Arsenal Fan TV, which is kind of like a meme at this point. I mean, I don't hate anyone particularly. Like I say, I really don't hate anyone in the world, but I do know their content. I'm subscribed to them if I'm not wrong. Let me check, but I don't really check their videos. Probably I'll check them tomorrow. Like what happens after I'm subscribed to them. Yeah, I'm not subscribed. but I guess that I'll watch them tomorrow to see after what happens with Rennes, you know, because he can say anything, but Arsenal 3-1 to Rennes. Why? Just why? But then, the game. I closed it by accident. Boop, 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 boop. Barcelona versus Lyon. And let me drink this. Okay, I wanna see in the comment box down below, what do you think this is? What do you think this is? If you guessed, man, you know your stuff. Yeah, so the 31st goal, and then came the goal from Lucas Toussaint, and this is what I want to talk about more particularly. For me, this goal from Toussaint, that was the key. That was the key for Barcelona to win this game. Why, you may ask? Because after, of course, we went 2-0 up in the second half, Barcelona relaxed a little bit. We relaxed a little bit, and really you could see that on our players. And this is one thing that I don't know, it's kind of like up in the air, but I believe it's true. If I believe kind of like, if I lose interest a little bit on the game, I feel the players are doing the very same thing. Because I'm a person that as soon as the game starts, I put on music and I get really, really into it, you know? I get really, really into it. And when I, you know, turn off the music, relax a little bit, just like I tend to lose a little bit of focus, the players do so as well. I don't know if that happens to you. Tell me as well if it happens to you. Because when the game is like at that point of like climax, you are always staring at the TV. But as soon as it goes down a little bit, the players do the same. And for that, I think happens when we came into the second half. And that goal from Lucas Toussaint really waked us up. And I really wanted that. I wanted that because Barcelona, that is something we've seen with Roma, with other teams in the past. We've getting to that point, and then Barcelona just slowly decline. They lose focus on the game, and they allow teams to get back into it. And Barcelona might as well have gotten them into it with Lyon with a goal from Toussaint, which, by the way, a very good technique with the chest like that, and then on the volley, great technique. He didn't shoot it the best, but still, goal, you know. And after that, Barcelona just woke up, engines back again, Valverde into it, Valverde thinking about the substitutions, and then something that I wanted to see. Because Valverde made the substitutions. If I'm not wrong, did we scored? Yeah, of course. We scored after the two substitutions came in. And that is what I wanted to see from Valverde. He read the game well, you know. We needed that reaction. He let it go a little bit more than I would have wanted to. If it was me, I would have brought them a little bit earlier. And then we just progressed with the other two goals. And that's what made Barcelona win this game. Because they were low, the goal from Toussaint, they woke up, they continue, and they kept at it. thanks to why? Also to the substitutions from Ernesto Valverde. He brought on Dembele, great, just vertical play that he brings to the team. You know how fast he can be. And then Arturo Vidal, even though he took out Arthur was no longer required in this game because we were not gonna have much longer the ball. You know, we don't need that player to retain possession. Arturo Vidal can help us get the possession back and start quickly a counterattack. And that's what I wanted to see. He read the game well, and I'm gonna give Valverde here, a 5 out of 5. For me, he did a very good job, or probably a 4 out of 5, you know, because the substitutions could have been a little bit pushed a little bit earlier, and until then, fine. We saw a crazy game. Barcelona played well, and that's what I wanted to see. Form, at the end of the day, can affect you, but it depends on the moment. On the moment, the same thing I said about with Juventus. On the moment, you have to play good. That game, you have to show up. And Barcelona, today, they showed up, and they really, really did. They really, oh my God, Piqué scoring a goal, like 81th minute. Piqué acting as a left winger, just getting into the ball and scoring it. At that moment, I was just like, thank God, you know? I'm like, yes, Barcelona are here to stay, and we're gonna fight for everything. We are gonna fight for everything. The goal from Lionel Messi as well was wonderful. The way that he just chopped it in the box and threw the Nayet and Marcelo out of the game in one single try, outstanding. And then it wasn't enough power on the shot, so just seeing it roll at 2 kilometers per hour into the net, it's insane. That feeling of it's gonna go in, it's not gonna go in, that's the best. And as soon as that went in, the whole Camp Nou just exploded because we knew that Barcelona were in to the quarterfinals, and now we're gonna be the only team representing Spain, which is, well, basically the best, I think. I don't know if people are gonna get it representing Catalonia or Spain, but I know. I'm gonna leave that to the Spaniards. I'm gonna leave that to them. Yeah, let me do one thing quickly. I checked that I don't know what's going on with my camera, but as you know, it turns off. But if I can quickly switch it on and off, then that problem just doesn't happen. Okay, so question now for you guys. We're done with the analysis. Let's talk about your questions. So, Edwin Arceo saying, what do you think of our defense? I think our defense is fine. It's perfectly fine, but we just need to cover them a little bit better. And that, for me, that's when Busquets comes into play, because in this game, Busquets, of course, is going to do wonderful. He's going to turn up for it. The attitude is going to be there for him running back and defending. But in La Liga, that's when we not see it as much, because that motivation, of course, is simply not there. So that's one position where I think we're going to slightly need to do different things to fix it. But for the Champions League, I think it's going to be fine. The only thing that I have to blame our defense for is that goal from Lyon, because our clearances were all over the pitch. But that's something that can happen to any single team. You know, it can happen to Bayern Munich, it can happen to Barcelona, it can happen to Bournemouth, it can happen to absolutely any team in the world. So, I don't know. Sahir Ali saying, well, tell Real Madrid to win 6 trophies in a season. Yeah. I want the treble. I really want the treble. Because a treble of trebles. What else do you need? Achievement, Huntsman saying, Dembele changed the game. Yeah, he definitely changed the game. Sanoop OS saying, prediction on our opponent next round. I would really like to get an English team, because here, of course, I'm watching the games on English television. And if there's one thing that I hate, is people just yeah, we are gonna get to the last round because we got the best teams. And I hate when people are arrogant. But I mean, of course, you can be arrogant. You got 4 teams in the next stage of the Champions League, so good for you. But I just want Barcelona to get in against Liverpool or against Manchester United and beat them, beat them. That's what I want to see. I want to see Barcelona beating an English team in the next round. Preferably United or Tottenham. Liverpool and Manchester City, I believe, are going to be more difficult of opposition, and as well, the way they play really doesn't suit our style. And then in another sense, I believe that I could go watch those games, possibly, because I got spring break in April, and the very first leg, or the second one, if I'm not wrong, is kind of in England. It could be in England. So if Barcelona plays Manchester United, guess who's taking a train to Manchester? This guy. Arslani Ahmed again saying, "Hey Buga, is someone gonna tell Ramos that there's no third leg again?" That's a good one. That's a very good one. David Rojas saying, "I was really hoping for a 6-1 just for the irony against French teams." The irony. Frozen 9 saying, "Was Messi's performance better than Ronaldo's yesterday?" The thing is that I don't believe it's better because it's in different contexts. Like Barcelona, both of them needed the win. Barcelona, Messi just like pushes forward and shows like a leader. In the case of Ronaldo, it was more kind of like the spotlight, he getting the goal. So I believe both of them were amazing performances, and I'm not gonna compare them here because we should enjoy them both. They are very, very good. Christopher Senso saying, "I am from South Africa. I like your work, man. I always watch your vids every day." Thank you for that. Thank you for South Africa. A very big shout out for everybody in South Africa. I haven't gone to South Africa, but I really want to go there. I remember, was it in school where there were 2 exchange students that were from South Africa, and they were nice. So I want to go there. Godfred and Song saying, "Who do you think we will face in the quarterfinals?" I already told you I would like to get an English team. Aldonis Amel saying, "Barca, the Masters, they are ready to be champions. Not so quick, guys. We're just in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals. If we get past this stage, if we get past the quarterfinals, then I can dream, Till now, we got this mental block of the quarterfinals. Barcelona, if we get past the quarterfinals, then I want to see that. But first, let's get the job done." Andy Udo saying, "Messi was a little bit below par today, but was able to score 2 and assist 2, so that covered up. I'll give the team an 8.5 rating because they reduced intensity towards the end of the first half." Very good analysis as well. Very, very similar to what I said. I believe the team was overall very good, but that's the thing, the intensity. That is one thing which I would love to say, that a team can go 90, like the full 90 minutes with an amazing intensity. But in reality, is that true? Like, I don't know. I don't play football at that level. I cannot tell you if someone can really go 90 minutes playing like that. I believe that you can't. I believe that we all wish we could, but I think it's just not possible. I don't think that a team can go like full 90 minutes. But it's right. And by the way, this is not grape juice. It's called Chicha Morada. It's like it's kind of like a grape juice, but from Peru, and it's made out of purple corn. Yes, purple corn. Purple corn. It's made out of purple corn. Get that. Look it up. Google Chicha Morada, purple corn. Real World's Game saying, "Ter Stegen literally didn't touch the ball." Yeah, and talking about goalkeepers, I want to talk about is it Anthony Lopez, because it's always very sad to see someone like playing at this stage of the competition and unfortunately going out due to injury. Like, it was the right thing to do. Of course, he was very intelligent, not like Kepa, not like Kepa Arrizabalaga. Like, Anthony Lopez did put the interest of the teams before his, and we always gotta praise him for that. And I love the Camp Nou clapping this guy because, in all honesty, he's like any of us, a human being. So he deserves a round of applause. Very good from the Camp Nou on giving him that recognition. Psycho Reflex saying, "At least I predicted right today's score. I had a feeling Barca would win big." Good for you. Shazam I always get your name mixed up. Shazam Saman. I'm just gonna go use Shazam, okay? Shazam, Troops is an Arsenal Fan TV member, and if you still don't know him, Alba Bloodclad should ring a bell. No. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't ring a bell. Troops, I'm just gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Troops. Troops. Oh, this guy. Oh, I know this guy. Like, I don't know him, but I've seen him here and there. I know this guy. I mean, he's funny, I guess. I really like, I know his accent, but he's not faking it. I think that's how he talks. Because here there are people that talk like that. Yeah, perfectly fine. Yeah, I know this guy. I think it was the other one. Like, Robbie is this guy, right? Well, you don't have the screen on the live stream, but Robbie is Robbie. You'll know him. Big guy. Robbie, the main guy of Arsenal Fan TV. And then Troops. Yeah, I know who he is. What are your opinions on him? Because I really don't have much. So I want to see what you have to say. Kule Luke, Troops again. I already read that. What am I doing here? Messi the King saying, one time when Lyon counterattacked us and Dembele hit a shot, but it went over. We were so less in numbers. Why do our midfielders don't track back? I saw them strolling back, not rushing back. I mean, that can happen to absolutely anyone. But in reality, it's just moments, like little moments. In every single time of a game, you're gonna have that. Perhaps because they're just tired. Like, that's one thing I was saying with intensity. I wish we could say that a team can play for full 90 minutes, but I don't know. I never played at a level. I want to really talk to like a footballer. I would love that. I would love to talk to a footballer and ask him that. Darshan Nada saying, what do you think of the goal from Lyon? Should have that been a goal? Yeah, I already said that. That should have been a goal. Arthur Wynn saying, come on, give Valverde some credit. Yeah, I said that. I give Valverde credit. He read the game perfectly. The substitutions were absolutely superb. And the thing is that here you see that Dembele comes in and affects the game. And, well, perfectly fine. But then in the past, we could still have that. We could still bring a player that can help us change that to an extra gear in Malcolm. And that is something that I think we should utilize a little bit more. Christopher Senso saying, I'm sure it's good stuff. You even drink twice. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Alien Pain saying, troops hate Barca because of UCL final. Like, it's fine, I guess. I do not really understand that. Like, how can you hate a team? Like, they beat you. It's fine. Good game. I believe Chelsea can hate us. Chelsea have all the right to hate us because of that Iniestazo, you know. I believe that they have good enough to hate us. Real Madrid as well, but Arsenal, they did a very good run. The Invincibles, okay, Thierry Henry, they got to the final. How much we wanted? 2-1, I believe, goal by Belletti. So yeah, I don't really understand that. I don't really understand why people get mad. Bananas was saying, you are drinking lean. Cheeky Gamer, everyone has given the ball to Coutinho. Yes, that's one thing. Like I was saying, Coutinho is an amazing player, but we gotta look for him as much as we look for Messi. And in this game, since we had so much space in that like kind of, I'll call it 20 yards in the field, that's when Coutinho and Messi both excel, because Coutinho could do his own thing, Messi could do his own thing, and I love that. Now let's see if we can replicate that in La Liga, in La Copa Rey. Let's continue going like that. We got Richard here. He has like 5 comments, so let's do it quickly. They should have at least kept the intensity. Boom. Richard, 2nd comment. Coutinho played well. 3rd comment. Today. 4th comment. Better than usual. Getting more involved. 5th comment. But he needs to gain more confidence and taking these killer long shots. Why don't you just put them all in the same one? Like I mean, I'm that person, you know, when I'm texting, I go like, hey, how are you doing? Let's go do something. Boom. I'm that sort of person, but I guess, like, I'll tell you something. It does make it easier for me to really look at them. Carlo Murati saying, hoping Coutinho is on the bench for the next round. What? Hoping Coutinho is on the bench for the next round. For me, he was insane today, but in all honesty, it's still up for grabs. Like, Dembele, of course, for me now is a starter, but if Coutinho played like this in the next games, anything can happen. Coutinho did an amazing job. He did very, very good. What do we got? AC Kamikaze saying, did Dembele just played injured? No, I believe that, of course, he played into it. I don't believe he was injured. Carlo Muriati saying as well, siendo honesto, no me gustaron los minutos entre el gol de Lyon y el tercer gol del Barça. No nos podemos descuidar tanto. Basically what Carlo is saying is that, being honest, I didn't like the minutes between the goal from Lyon and the 3rd goal from Barcelona. We were very shaky at those times. And that's another thing. If you wanna ask me in Spanish perfectly, because I understand Spanish. Well, I speak Spanish. And then English, I also, I understand a little bit of Portuguese. A little bit. Like, I can read it and answer you, but I cannot speak it. What else? We got that. And yeah, I agree with you, Carlos. De verdad creo que el Barça sí estuvo un poco descuidado en esos minutos. Y en esos momentos el Lyon pudo contraatacar cuando quería. Ponía demasiados números enfrente y nos dejaban bastante expuestos. Entonces, eso es algo que Valverde tiene que hablar con el equipo. Pero como lo dije antes, no sé si tú hablas inglés, pero por eso te lo digo en castellano. Algo que creo que Valverde tiene que mejorar es la intensidad que tenemos. Porque me encantaría desear que el equipo puede tener una intensidad alta por 90 minutos, pero simplemente no lo sabemos. Entonces, esto es algo que se tiene que trabajar. Pero estoy de acuerdo contigo, esos minutos no fueron buenos. David Mura saying, do you think Messi to work on his finishing after wasting some crazy chances? Messi doesn't have to work on anything. Really, Messi can go, have vacations, and come back whenever he needs to. AC Kamikaze saying, did Dembele just play? I already said that. Ugh. I'm getting confused. Dave B saying, who are we playing next? We don't know. The draw is on Friday. I'm going to check the time when the draw is right now. Can somebody go look the time better? Can somebody go out, look for the time when the draw is being played? And if I'm available at that time, I'll do a live reaction to it. I promise you that I'll do a live reaction. But look it up because I don't know the time. And well, right now we're doing a live stream. Barban de Paul saying, Ricky Puig could be a first team player next season, like Aleñá this season, Spanish newspapers. Is this too soon because he's very young, or could he live up to all expectations? Barban de Paul, always great having you here. And yeah, like, I believe that he's capable. He's more than capable enough to be in the first team. The way that he plays whenever he has the chance is just like of a player of being like here ages. And I love that. He's really, really confident. And I believe that being de la casa, being like of la Masia, gives you that extra oomph when it comes to playing because you just trust yourself. And I really like that. Yeah, definitely for me, he could be a player that season. Marvin Pinock saying, hey, love your channel, Marvin, from Jamaica. How are you doing? Shout out to everyone in Jamaica or Jamaica. I prefer it to say it that way. Athar Tandale saying, I want Juve for the quarterfinals. I don't know, bro. I don't know. If there's one team for me to avoid, it's Juve. Because their attitude is great. And Ronaldo is great. So, yeah, if you want like an all-blazing attack, yeah, go to Juve. But I want that English team. I really want an English team. Priyanji Doloy saying, whoa, what a stupid substitution was that, bringing off Arthur at that moment as he was dictating the attacks. It wasn't right. It was better to bring off Roberto, who was hurt and holding his chest in pain. I do agree with that, with what you're saying. I agree with the substitution of Vidal for Arthur, but we could bring out Roberto, but then what are we going to do? Who are we going to play our right back? That's exactly what I was thinking. I promise you I was thinking that. I was really thinking, I saw Roberto not playing his best. He was constantly getting like beaten on one-on-ones by someone like Depay, and that is something that, trust me, I was looking into. But what else are we gonna do? If we brought Semedo in, that was fine, but we needed that extra body. We needed not that extra body. We needed that extra pair of legs in the midfield, and Vidal bring us that. And I agree with that for right now. David saying, what we could have done to prevent the first goal. I already said it before. It's something that can happen to anyone, and just be a little bit more focused in the box. That's something that is not like a huge problem. It can be resolved. Savage Eric saying, what do you think of Coutinho performances? I already mentioned, for all of you just joining us, for me, Coutinho, amazing player. Today, he did wonderfully. Just like I mentioned in my video about why Coutinho is struggling. You can check it also. I encourage you to do it. That video was very, very good. I believe I explained why he's, well, not playing as good as he used to. And today, well, he just had all the team and their backup. They were passing the ball to Coutinho. They were allowing him to do his own thing, and very perfectly fine. What else? Barban de Paul saying, I really want to learn Spanish when I hear someone speaking Spanish. The thing is that that Spanish, I hear a lot of people saying that Spanish is kind of like, wait, camera, it's really kind of like fast. People talk fast, really, really fast. Carlo answering Dembélé abre la cancha más y nos da una oportunidad en la contra, lo cual Coutinho carece. Claro, yo creo que Valverde debió haber introducido a Dembélé un poquito más temprano. Tipo ¿cómo se dice esto? ¿Cómo se dice en castellano? Los intercambios, de verdad no sé, ¿cómo se dice? El traer a Dembélé primero debió haber pasado más rápido. O sea, debió haber sido más temprano. Así te lo pongo. Porque estoy de acuerdo contigo con lo que dices. Eu sou portugués. O sea, eres portugués. I guess. Obrigado Oscar, I saw Real Madrid president watch the game on the stands. Really? Where did you get that? Tapi was saying, did VAR get that Suarez penalty correct? In my eyes, I believe that penalty was, I already said it before, 50-50. Like, Suarez did enough to win that penalty, but also the Nair was so dumb in just going to the ground, like basics of defenders. You cannot get away with a chance like that. So bad, so bad. David, can I get a shout out? You can get a shout out. I literally have read your comment 3 times, so you have gotten 3 shout outs. Real Watt saying, how do you feel about Messi returning to the Argentina national team? Fine with me. Like, Argentina, they need Lionel Messi. Some people in Argentina, like, they say decent tonterías. They say bullcrap of, like, Messi shouldn't come, like, it's over, Messi's crap. But, like, he's like the best player in the world. Use him, you know? Like, use him if you have to. Yuri NT wanna try me. I don't know what the names mean, but he says, how is Coutinho level with Dembélé? He played well today, really well. He's not a real winger striker and can win 1v1s consistently. He needs other to create space, but he's not Dembus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we should play depending on that game. I believe that the way we utilized them was kind of, the way we bought them, was kind of to replace the 2 key areas that Neymar had, because Neymar was very good one-on-ones going forward with space, basically with its space, and then also very good kind of like consistently associating himself in that halfway line between the midfield and the forward line by short passes and going through the lines very quickly. I believe that Coutinho does that job very good, and then Dembélé does the other part of Neymar. So we got 2 players trying to replace one, and I believe that now we need to utilize them depending on the moments. I don't believe we're gonna have a clear starter. If we need to play against a team like Manchester City, bring on Dembélé. If we need to play someone like United, bring on Coutinho, because they work differently and they can help us in different occasions. United, park the bus, Coutinho can do that very well. In the case of Dembélé, we're going to have options in the counter-attack, more pace and power to the player, power to Dembélé. So yeah, bring him at those situations. Viranchi Mishra saying, you should do a collab with Talk FCV. I messaged him once to do a collab, to do a podcast. He didn't answer. But at the end of the day, it's not up to me. Like, it's up to you guys. If you want to do a collab if you want me to do a collab with him, you need to tell him, because for now I'm just like another fan of him, I guess, even though I don't watch his content as much as I believe I should, because it's always very good to get informed. I know his channel. I used to watch him a lot, but like I said before many times again, when you start covering Barcelona almost daily, like, I get all this information. I don't need to watch more information about Barcelona. That's just how it is. So of course, yeah. I guess that answers your question. Henry Idagbon saying, it's too early for Puig. He should wait an extra season. Alenya had time to adapt by getting play games on the first team. Puig barely plays with the first team as it is. I guess you could say that. I guess Alenya could be pushed like perfectly into the first team next season, and then Puig take his role where he's kind of like between the second team and the first team. That could be good. Whoa. So many questions. I am Alex Garcia. Off topic, back. How do you feel about Talk FCB? Do you take the inspiration from him? I think I just answered you. Yeah, like, I take inspiration from Jamie. I took a lot of it at the start, and I used to watch his videos every single time, and the same with people like Mr. Seitan. The case with Seitan is a little bit different because he does his videos in Spanish. So for me, that's like if I'm watching a different thing. I don't know if you understand me. Like, you could watch something in English, but then watch it like another content creator in your language. Like, if you are from Portugal, you can hear them in Portuguese. I don't know. So there are different styles of videos. So my videos are, I don't know if they're similar to Talk FCV's or not, but since we cover it in English, it's the very same thing. I'm just not as interested as I was in looking at their videos, in looking at his videos. Of course, I'm very passionate and inspired from him, but I don't tend to watch them as much as I used to before. I watch a lot of different content in YouTube. I watch like a channel called Drawfee where they draw. I watch PewDiePie. Who doesn't watch PewDiePie? And many different things, gaming, different interests. But football related, I watch probably of other clubs, not just of Barcelona, because after you read every single week Barcelona news, it gets tiring. Like, I know the news, I don't need to get informed with it more. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bart again saying, I was really impressed with Ndombele. He got tackling in everywhere and dribble. It was a sort of Kante and Pogba type of player. Yes, Ndombele, what a player. Like, City, if they want to replace Fernandinho, go get Ndombele. I don't know what you're doing looking at people like Rabiot, like that guy from Croatia, that kid, I don't know his name. Go for Tanga Ndombele. Splash the cash. He's an amazing player. Stocky, fast, agile. Very good. Very, very good. Whoop. What else? Raging Demon saying, Raging Demon, good name. Hey Bua, who would your ideal and nightmare matchup be for us? Ideal, Manchester United or Porto, I guess. Although Porto is a difficult team. Like, don't get me wrong, going to the Estadio do Dragão is hard. Their name is a dragon. They got dragon in the name of their stadium. That's insane. That's like top 10 stadiums in the world right there. So yeah, it's hard. I don't believe there's not an easy team. There really isn't an easy team. I guess I want Manchester United and Tottenham, but not because it's ideal, just because I want to see that. And then I guess the worst would be what? Juventus or Liverpool. That for me would be the worst. Christopher Senso saying, can you please tell Messi to stop embarrassing players like that? Mercy on them. He makes them look so stupid. Yeah, the cutback. Insane. Absolutely insane. And I prefer Denis Suarez than Malcolm. Denis Suarez. Yeah, I mean, Denis Suarez, I'm very, very sad for him because I don't think he's also working at Arsenal. But they're different players in my eyes. They're really different players, so you cannot compare them. Messi the King saying, where will the young fit in this midfield in place of Rakitic or Busquets? I believe he will be of both. Like, whenever Busquets needs to rest, boom, you go with the young. Whenever Rakitic needs to rest, boom, go with the young. It's gonna feel like that. How do you feel? Goulet, look, I want us to draw Liverpool in the quarterfinals. Messi Magic, how did you feel when Lyon scored? I already said it before, I was very positive when they scored because it can really help us to get it back into another gear. It gave us that mentality again to wake up. Very, very nice, and I love that. And now, guys, I believe that we're starting to repeat ourselves, so we might as well already start wrapping up this video. Once again, guys, remember that mainly most of the things that we do on our channel are brought to you by Golazo Jersey. Everything and more about their store are going to be linked in the description down below. You can get t-shirts like this at their store, which is amazing. And they do one of the most things, I believe, gets them an extra gear than other stores like this. They do worldwide coverage. Like, they can deliver probably everywhere in the world. And that's something that I really liked with them. So that's why I'm partnering with them. And as well, the quality that they have on the shirts is very, very good. So if you want shirts, if you want this shirt, you want shirts from the past as well, or any other club or national team, go to Golazo Jersey. Links are going to be in the description down below. And for now, guys, I think that's going to be everything for it. I'm going to be probably doing a video about the draws, of course. But between the draws and today, I'm not too sure. Perhaps I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. I'm not sure because we got to have the draw. Then we got the... Did you hear that? Perhaps we're going to have the draw and then we're going to have, the preview for the game against Real Betis. And then, well, the review, the reaction. So, yeah, I think that perhaps I may take a break. And one more thing that I got to tell to you guys. I told you before that, what is it? I was going to do a live stream of us playing, FIFA. But my PlayStation broke. Like, this poor boy died the other day. The same day I said I was gonna do a live reaction of me playing FIFA and with Barcelona and doing all of that. This guy over here died. So I can no longer play FIFA. Very sad. Now I'm playing Rainbow Six Siege. That's all I have. Rainbow, until I go to Peru. Until I go to Peru and fix it, or I buy a new one. So yeah, reap to my PlayStation in the comment box down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao. Barcelona! Vamos ahí, carajo! I swear to God, I cannot really believe it. I still cannot believe that we're there.